I'm Michael McTurnan. I'm the CEO of Voxio.
My name is Alistair Carty. I am the Technical Director of Replicate.
My name's Gary Martin.
I'm Jennifer Torr, Senior Developer.
My name is Anya Igelgain.
We knew Anya through the data lab. Roman knew her because she's a data scientist.
I think one of us spotted it on Twitter.
It was me that found out about it.
Well, I knew about CivTech already.
CivTech came up to Inverness and addressed our tech meetup all about the layout of CivTech, about the first iteration, and to look out for challenges that were going to be posted.
And when the challenges came out, I think it was probably Matt, my colleague, who noticed them, and we looked through them and wondered whether we would apply.
We all did that up in Inverness in the tech meetup. We all had a look at the challenges.
She dropped us a line one day and said, "Hey guys, there's this program called CivTech. There's a challenge I thought would be interesting. I've got an idea. Would you guys like to come along and go in? I don't think one person can do it." And we thought, why not?
It was a really cool blend of new technology and monuments, historical sites that we're both really interested in.
It was the opportunity to actually use some of the tool chains that I was already working on and to actually apply that to something real.
I was sort of thinking, well, you know, I have to have a go at this.
We liked what Anya was sort of saying, well, we think maybe this could be an interesting way to do it. And I was, yeah, why not? Let's just give it a punt.
I've got previous in the heritage industry and it's a big interest of mine. So we immediately thought, oh, well, that could be quite interesting.
There was one particular challenge which was interesting, which was about accessing public services. And it worked with an area that we were quite interested in, which was conversational search.
I think it's very rare when you find that you do actually have alignments and you can actually make these things fit together.
And I said, that is a very interesting problem to solve.
We realised that there was a good crossover with some of the technology that we're already building.
How to use data to drive investment in Scotland.
We'd been looking at all the different accelerators out there, and Roman and I'd met a couple of people, the previous cohort, and they'd been quite complimentary about it.
From there, we took it forward.
We found the application process pretty painless.
It didn't look too onerous.
It wasn't a lot of information.
As a sort of a formative enterprise was quite important.
It was very straightforward.
There wasn't too much asked about sort of past sort of business sort of performance and delivery.
We went, brilliant, simple.
We had about 2 days to run through and come up with an idea.
Just how we were going to solve the challenge and information about the team.
The whole sort of combination of factors made us think that even though we're not an established business, we can actually have a proper go at this.
So I just stayed up all night and got the application written up and sent in.
It wasn't a huge conceptual leap from the technology perspective, although it was, I think, a large realignment of the company to behave a little bit more like a startup again, rather than a company that's been on the go for 20 years.
I think the exploration stage is quite a key section.
It got more complex as we went through the different phases, which is only to be expected.
It's really nice that you have that opportunity to spend some time and work on the idea before you come back and pitch it again.
You'll get to meet your prospective sponsors, and that's great to actually get the first connections with them, but you'll start to learn the truth behind the challenge, so you get a lot more detail. Usually
You have to do a lot of work up front and pitch on spec, so actually getting paid to do that early research work is really, it makes it a no-brainer.
I think we would have been disappointed if we hadn't got on, and that's not to be arrogant, but we thought we had a really good solution to the question they put.
We kind of had mentally solved it, assuming everything was going to work.
When we approached it with that view that we had to make a difference. I had to do something particularly good, if you like.
I wasn't going in like I knew that I had the answers all prepared. I wasn't going in like I've aced a CV interview for a proper job.
We thought we had a great idea.
I just said what I believed and what I thought and felt good that I had and walked away.
Whether it would get through or not, we didn't know.
I actually didn't think we were going to get in. This was a government organized run scheme. There is very little chance that, you know, 1-2 guys who have a startup company are going to be able to compete at that level.
And we were like putting it together going, don't know if it's going to go anywhere. And then it did, and we were like, brilliant.
I kept saying to myself, now what are the chances that we'll actually proceed to the final phase? And I have to say, they were better than I expected.
What we didn't know at the time was more about the ethos of how CivTech works and operates, and they value that.
If you're interested and you think you've got a good idea, go for it.